Hi everybody and welcome to the season finale of The Dallas Show. My name is Dallas Ray and today we have an awesome guest. He was nice enough to stop by on his journey to take over the world. Please welcome Michael Kent.
Taking over the world?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a magician. I quit my day job 16 years ago. I was a marketing director. I've been doing magic since I was 6. And I quit that to go on the road and perform as a magician. So I spend 200 to 250 days a year on the road performing as a comedian and magician. I perform in a ton of colleges, cruise ships, and military bases all over the world. But I live here in Columbus, and so anytime I can do stuff here in Columbus, I'm like super stoked about that.
Awesome. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a little get to know each other. Since I've met you a couple times at the cabarets that we've done.
Yes.
But other than that, you're busy, I'm busy. You're busier. But we're going to do a little get to know you. We're going to just pull some questions out of the hat here and go back and forth.
Okay, sounds fun.
If you'd like to go first.
All right. So these are questions that could apply to either one of us.
Correct.
So I'm not going to pull this out and it's going to like ask a question. Now, so this is a question I'm asking you?
Yep. And,
Okay, I understand the game now.
You can answer it also.
What's a phrase people use incorrectly that irritates you the most?
Irregardless. Is that the right one? Irregardless is the wrong one. The wrong one is irregardless. It's just regardless.
One of my friends had this is something that I got into a Facebook argument about recently.
We know.
And one of my friends claims that irregardless is an actual correctly used word to mean with a separate meaning than regardless, and I am not on board with that.
No.
So for me, my agent, my booking agent says point in case instead of case in point.
Point in case.
And
it's like case.
It's not so much that I'm like so pissed off about it that I correct her because I'm like, we have other shit we're talking about, you know, we're usually trying to work. But it's one of those where it's like, I understand the genesis of that. Like I can follow the false etymology of like, okay, so if you say point and case, that means that you didn't think it was case in point. You thought it was case and point, and then you just flipped them.
Yeah.
So people who say case and point are wrong too, and that bugs me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Should there be a David S. Pumpkins movie?
No. A David S. Pumpkins movie ruins what David S. Pumpkins is setting out to achieve. We would learn too much about David S. Pumpkins. There should be a finite amount of David S. Pumpkins knowledge, and we all have that currently.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I didn't know what it was until
Fuck
today,
you.
so... But I looked it up, and I was like...
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's funny? Be honest.
It's ridiculous.
No, you don't think it's funny?
I don't think it's
See,
that funny.
here's the thing about David S. Pumpkins. Like, it's like cilantro. Like, people love it,
Yeah.
or they just don't understand it, and it tastes like soap to them.
Yeah, I watched it, and I was like... Oh, man. All right.
It's got a middle initial, man.
He sure does.
Is it my turn or your turn?
All right. What's something you love that most people don't?
Pineapple on Cap'n Crunch. No, I don't. I've never done that really. I do eat Cap'n Crunch a lot, and I'll fry bacon, and then I'll fry it real crispy, and then I'll break it into pieces like bacon bits on my Cap'n Crunch cereal. It's a very Pee Wee Herman type of thing.
Yeah.
I understand this.
It
It's a very juvenile.
It doesn't sound gross though.
It's amazing. So that's something that I enjoy. Man, I don't know. That's a great question.
Usually it's the other way around.
It's something that
think
I
it's
enjoy.
Something that other people like a lot that you don't.
Oh yeah, and I have a ton of those, but because like I'm a weirdo, like mac and cheese, yuck.
And you posted Gabriel Iglesias, and
Gabriel Iglesias.
The day I saw that, I went and saw him at the state fair.
Did you really? What'd you think? Did you laugh?
Okay, I did.
Funnier than David S. Pumpkins? The cameras are judging you right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had just watched a clip of his on YouTube when I posted that.
Yeah.
And I was asking myself the whole time, do I think this is funny? And I think it's because I was asking that question that I was just like, no.
The fact that it took to you go, is this funny to me?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that
I like
funny.
being surprised watching stand-up, and I wasn't surprised watching it.
A lot of his stuff is, we're going to lose him as a supporter for the show, guys. I'm sorry. He's our main backer. We're gonna lose him.
Gabriel is?
Yeah.
Sorry, Fluffy. The voices are good. He does a lot of sounds and voices, and that's fun.
Yeah.
I can't do any of that stuff, so I mean I can't do stand-up comedy either. So, so no, other than bacon on Captain Crunch, man, that's a really tough question. I keep coming up with things and thinking like, oh, there's tons of people. I like turbulence on airplanes. That's a good one. Yeah, when an airplane starts really bouncing around, I love it. I think it's fun.
That just slight chance of release from life.
I don't. Yes. Yeah. And because I will feel absolved from any guilt of having done it myself.
Oh, good, I don't have to work
Good,
anymore.
someone else killed me. I didn't kill myself. No, it's like a reminder of how amazing it is that what we're doing right now.
Putting people in a tube and shooting them across the sky.
How great is that? And like, you're sitting there, and when it bounces, it's like, oh yeah, this is real. Like, there's actual
At any
stuff
moment.
happening.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel the danger.
I don't
in it.
ever feel. The first flight I ever did, I flew to Paris to study abroad, and it was
Your first flight was to
a
Paris?
direct flight from Cincinnati to Paris, and I was
my
like,
God.
well,
That's
I'm stuck in
amazing.
a tube for 10 hours.
Yeah, that's just, you're just like, oh, flying's boring.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. My longest flight was probably 18 hours.
So like Australia, New Zealand?
Singapore.
Singapore.
I've flown home from Singapore. I've flown home from Japan is a long flight too. Japan's cool because, and I think Seoul, South Korea might be this way too. You land like half an hour before you take off because of the time change, so you get the entire day back.
Okay.
It's like you're traveling through time. It's kind of cool.
Shane's been to Japan.
Yeah, I love Japan. I just learned that I'm a history dork. I love history and war history and stuff. And I learned that one of the places that I frequently, I say frequently, I've been there 4 times, that I always go to when I do these tours, is an area of Japan that was bombed during the Doolittle Raiders raid, which was when we put a bunch of B-25s on an aircraft carrier, which you're not supposed to do because they're too big. And these guys took off at great risk to basically avenge. Have you seen the second half of the Pearl Harbor movie?
No.
It's that. So go out and watch a shitty movie, folks.
Faith Hill sings in that song, though.
She does?
I think so. Kristen's confirming.
Faith Hill?
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Titanic.
That's Celine Dion. How dare you?
I think you're wrong. Which of the White Claw flavors tastes most like garbage? Even if there was a White Claw that was garbage flavored, it wouldn't taste like garbage. It would taste like you're drinking seltzer and someone in a neighboring town is yelling the word garbage. That's as close to flavor as these things get.
They're so gross.
They're horrible, and I have the same problem with White Claw as I do with La Croix. People drink. I was on a cruise ship with this singer who was like, he was another guest entertainer on the ship, and he was like, this LaCroix stuff, you can't find it anywhere. And we were in Seattle, and we went to a Target in Seattle, and he found he had 6 cases of LaCroix. I was helping him carry it back onto the bus, and he let me taste. I hadn't heard of it before, and he let me taste it.
It's just pointy water.
It's not even pointy. It's like an implied flavor. It's like there's more flavor on the color on the can than there is in the beverage.
Yeah.
You know, you're with me on this, so I don't need to convince you.
I don't like them very much. I don't drink them a lot.
Yeah, but White Claw is
some
like,
of them are
hey, we
real
need
bad.
to make a bad drink alcoholic.
Do you want to drink this at your bachelor? They're gonna make. They've made so much money. Haven't you
Yeah.
ever heard Claw's Law?
Yeah, and it is kind of cool how there's become a whole pop culture around it. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, it was part of the advertisements outside Mad Lab for a while. It was just like a big White Claw thing, and I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
And then somebody had one, and I tried it. It wasn't good.
No, I'm not a fan. My
Okay.
friends were drinking them the other week, and I just can't do it.
So many questions left.
That's good. You guys can cut and,
Yeah,
some of these are...
we talked about that one already. How many scooter companies will Columbus have by the end of 2020?
For those of you who don't know, Columbus now has 4 fucking scooter companies. And if you're not from a metropolitan city that has scooters, these are electric rental scooters that you just get a little app, and then you drive like a damn maniac on Columbus streets and almost hit my car at least once, twice a week.
Yeah.
They're horrible, and I predict by the year 2045, scooters will be the new currency. And
They're everywhere.
one hot dog will cost roughly 4 3/4 SC.
4 3/4 birds.
Scooter currency.
Birds are because it's
Bird Lime,
lime.
now Lyft,
Lyft has scooters.
and the fourth one is
isn't it orange? It has something with orange. I thought it was another fruit.
I can't keep track.
Have you ever used them?
No.
I
I would
tried
be-
to once.
I would be embarrassed.
I was like, I just want to get on one and go down the street. But then I was like, I was drinking at the time. And I was like, I think I can get a DUI on this. Because
You
I was
can.
like, I want to go down the sidewalk. And they're like, no, it's only for the roads. I was like, that's dangerous. Not doing that.
There was someone in Ohio who got a DUI on an electric toilet. It was like a toilet that someone had put motors on. He got DUI on it a few years ago. But it's not the writing of it that I would be embarrassed. It would be the sitting there trying to figure it out while people are driving by who also like know how to use it.
It's so obnoxious. So you have to have the app. Then you have to like tap it.
Yeah.
And like sync it. And then mine
about,
wasn't
like,
working.
This is the type
It's
of
like-
stuff you do like when you get a new TV in your home where no one's watching.
Yep.
But now you're out on the street with cars driving by and you're like kicking it, trying to figure it
or
out.
the people. Yeah, they're really dangerous. but-
Yeah. So obey traffic laws. So anyway, are we done with these?
I think so.
I brought a
Yeah.
magic trick to show you. Can I show you magic?
You sure can. We're gonna take a quick break real fast, and then we're gonna do some. Well, you're gonna do some magic.
No, we both are.
We're both gonna do some magic. Okay, and then that's all. We'll see you in a second.
Cool.
What's up, babe?
I'm pregnant.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Dallas Show. Now, as you know, we are getting ready to do some magic. Again, I say we, well, you said both of us. We're both going to do it. Before we get started, we want to thank the last of our backers. We want to thank Stephen Woosley, Emma Tresh, and Johnny Taylor. Thank you guys for your support in making this happen. So, take it away.
Well, we're gonna do a thing with a couple Rubik's cubes, but before we do that, tell me your experience level with Rubik's cubes.
0.
0. Have you touched one?
Yes.
You have. Go ahead and pick one up. So as you turn a Rubik's cube, there are 43 quintillion some combinations, and they call it permutations. There are geeks on the internet. You can search on YouTube for people solving Rubik's cubes. You could give a Rubik's cube to everyone in the world and have them solve every day for a year, and statistically speaking, no two cubes would be alike. That's if they weren't actually trying to solve it, but just mixing it. So every time you turn one of those sides, it's a new permutation, and it's something that's never been done before. It's crazy to think about, right? I have
insanity.
2 of these, and I'm just going to put mine on the table, and I'm actually going to cover it with this picture of, who is that, Herman? I'm not sure who that is.
I think is that Daryl Hannah?
Daryl Hannah. I'm going to picture, is Daryl Hannah the Great in this part of his career. So
Girl. Isn't
What-
Daryl Hannah female? Just
Oh,
making
you're
sure.
right,
Sorry.
you're right.
No, I'm stupid.
Daryl Hammond. So we'll put that right here. So the goal is this. I'm going to solve this cube. And I'm going to solve it without touching it. And you're going to solve that cube. You will try to actually solve it, though. You'll be touching it. And you're going to do it in 10 seconds. I'm going to count it on my phone. I'm going to count down 10 seconds, or count up 10 seconds. And I'll tell you when it gets to 10. When it gets to 10, you have to put the cube on the table, no more, and it will be solved. This is going to be amazing. So my cube will be solved without touching it. Your cube will be solved even though you've never solved a Rubik's Cube in your life. And he's going to do it in 10 seconds. Here we go. Ready? Go.
The only thing that I know is that the center squares are where the colors need to go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The centers don't move. Okay, that's it. I actually gave you what the hell is? I actually gave you 11, and you didn't even get close.
Sure did. It's all
That's okay, because I didn't either. It'd be weird if I did.
Yeah.
But here's the really weird part. I want you to notice something. These two sides, your side and my side, they're a perfect match. These two sides are a perfect match. That's 2 sides. 3 sides, a perfect match. 4 sides, a perfect match. 5 sides, 6 sides of the cube, perfectly matched.
That's crazy. I don't even. That's magic.
You okay?
Magic makes me so hyped.
Hyped?
Oh yeah.
Like excited?
I yell at
good.
magic.
Good. You yell?
I yell at magic.
Like if you go to a live show, you're the one yelling.
I'm the one that just goes, what? Yeah.
I like the people who say what before it happens, but when they know it's going to happen, when they get to that point where they realize what's about to happen, and they go, no! I love that moment.
Also me.
So this cube is pretty well mixed. You did a pretty good job on it. Mm-hmm. Let's just look at the yellow for example. If you look right here at the yellow's pretty well mixed throughout the cube. There's no stripes of yellow. There's 2 there, 2 there, 1 here. Just watch the one. I'm going to see if we can gather all of the yellow. Here we go.
We're going to have to get Sage after this. There's a witch.
That's right.
There's a witch. That's insane.
Pretty fun, right? You know the craziest part? I didn't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube at the beginning of this year, and I was stuck in Grand Forks, North Dakota with nothing to do for like 6 hours. And there's nothing to do there. I went to a Walmart and I saw one of these and I was like, I'm going to teach myself how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And that's what I started doing that day. Mm-hmm. And
cool.
About 2 months later, I was doing some stuff in the show.
Isn't there a thing that you can just turn certain numbers of times and I don't know. I just feel like there's always like a trick to like...
There are algorithms, that you can learn. And if you watch the people on YouTube that can solve in like 20 seconds, they're memorizing something like 400 algorithms to be able to do that.
Many.
So there is math behind it. There is a science to it. But for most people, it's just a toy. So can I say, by the way, this interview was so cool because like I've done so many podcasts in the last couple months, and everyone asks me the same questions about magic. It's cool to talk about other stuff other than magic, so thanks.
And then you actually did magic, and I
did. Now we are talking about magic.
Now
but
we
this
are.
It's fun. You have to after you see it. So,
So good.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that's all that we've got. We've done magic. We've done questions. So thank you guys for tuning in. You can like, comment, and subscribe. And it was great to have you on, Michael.
Thanks, brother. By the way, nice glasses.
Thank you. Oh, come on.